month. We are officially in the month of February. Let us give God thanks and praise. We made it through the month of January. We are alive, we are well. Lots to give God thanks and praise for. I went to church this morning. Church brought back a lot of childhood memories with the singing of the folk song. I have some videos. I will link it up top. It was just amazing. The word was rich and powerful, yet calming. I thoroughly enjoyed this morning. I am doing a little bit of meal prep, nothing extravagant. Some grilled chicken breast, which I started already off, unfortunately, because I have to go out to walk later, so I had to get a head start. So I have the chicken in the oven. I'm doing some chicken thighs. I will make a balsamic maple sauce to put on it, so it's roasting in the oven now with a sweet potato and some fish. I bake some fish with some lemon, olive oil, salt and pepper, garlic powder. Simple stuff. So I have 3 protein and 2 carbs, the sweet potato and the rice and black beans. I did rice and black beans, and I'm going to do a stir fry with some cabbage, onions, carrots, and so on. Simple meals to get me through the week. I will, during the week, probably make a soup because I love soup. So I will incorporate a soup. Probably I might purchase one out there or make it myself if I have time. I am manifesting this week. It will be a week of overflow, success, lots of business. So I'm speaking it here from my mouth. God hears, and now you hear it. So yes, so I pray that this week will be busy for me. I do have a good amount of bookings for the week, but you know, I'm not refusing. This coming Saturday, my island, beautiful Grenada, we are celebrating 52 years as an independent nation. And I feel so blessed, privileged to be living on such an immaculate island. I am blessed beyond measures to be Grenadian. And as we celebrate our independence, I feel even more proud to say I am a Grenadian. Those of you who are new here, welcome. Those of you who are returning, welcome back. My name is Sarana. I am from the beautiful island of Grenada. I will be bragging about my island. Get used to it. If you don't like it, you can leave. Anyways, I will get this cooking out of the way because I'm going for a walk this evening with a girlfriend. I am looking forward to it. Today is my rest day, but it's an active rest day for me. Tomorrow I'm going to resume my strength training and whatnot. So it's going to be a more relaxed kind of walk today. But let me just come in here and let you know the foods that I'm cooking, that I'm eating, those are the same foods that I ate on my weight loss journey. The same food I continue to eat right now that I'm in maintenance. I am all about body recompositioning, so a lot of high protein meals. The difference now, I'm eating in maintenance. If you're on a weight loss journey, your portion will look different from me because you should be in a calorie deficit. You should eat in less than your daily recommended amount. Okay? So, you should be in a deficit. I'm eating in maintenance. That's the difference. Our portions size should be different, but continue to incorporate high protein, lots of fiber, healthy vegetables, complex carbohydrate, good carbs. Don't say I'm not eating, I'm going 0 carb. Eat your carbohydrate. You need the energy, you need fuel for your body. So, and protein keep you satiated. I just need to throw in a little weight loss thing in there, you know. We're still on the weight loss journey, so I'm still supporting you. Yeah, so that's about it. I feeling really hot in this kitchen, so I have all the windows down, the oven is on, the rice cooker is on, so there's a lot of heat. So we'll talk later. I'm trying to keep the windows down so the kids will make no noise. So we'll talk later. Hey y'all, listen, I have to sneak in my room in order to get some quietness, because this area that I live in is usually a very quiet area. But for some reason, since I started YouTube, I'm not sure if I'm most sensitive to the noise, but since I started YouTube, I'm hearing everything. Helicopters, plane, buses, trucks, horns, everything, the birds, everything. And it's so noisy. And then again, my kids, every minute they busting through the door. I still have everything cooking out there. The grilled chicken is finished, but what's in the oven still, the rice cooker is still going and whatnot. But I decided to just pop in and have this conversation. I will not make this video too long. I started a video where I was talking about being treated differently when you're overweight. I had an experience. When I came back to Grenada in 2006, I lived in Canada for 6 years, just a little backstory. So I came back to Grenada. A friend of mine got me a job. Well, she tried to get me a job. I sent my resume to her, so she forwarded it to the manager. The interview was set up. I went for the interview. A very reputable business. I would not call the business name because I'm not targeting the business I was back then. It's past. I'm over it. So I went for the interview. The manager at the time, she had the resume in front of her. She looked at me. All I got from her was stare. She just stared at me. And I'm trying to sell myself. I did not even get an interview. She just told me she will call me. Up to today, that woman has not called me. And that's okay. I'm over it now. Back then, it was an image thing. So you had to look a certain way to get that job because it's sales and marketing. So I was not marketable enough, so to market their brand. So I did not get that job, but everything worked itself out. It was a blessing in disguise because all those disappointments, brought me where I am today. So I don't look back at it and be angry or anything. I look back at it now and I'm happy that I experienced all of that, because all of that was steps that I had to go through in my life in order to make changes in my weight and whatnot. And I am not sad about it, but people do treat you differently when you morbidly obese. They do treat you differently. Right now, things has changed a lot, because in that same business place, I do a lot of business there, and there is plus size people, there is a mixture of people. So it's not that pretty girl, slender looking image anymore. That is a thing of the past. Right now, you see, once you could sell, once you can speak, you're getting the job because they want to sell their products. They move away from that stereotype kind of mentality. And that was my experience. However, when I was in Canada, I think while I was there, I never noticed my weight gain because I never felt like I was treated differently. I felt, people treated you just normal. They did not stare at you. I work with lots of people. I had a really good friend. Well, she's still a very good friend. My friend, she lives in Canada still. She and I used to have some really good times. She's from St. Vincent, and she will dress me, go shopping with me. I had an experience one time. She's a really good looking girl. I'm going to find a picture with her and link it. It was so funny. She bought her brown boots and she telling me about the boots, and she said, let's go. We went shopping and she said, look at these boots, I love it. So I said, I like that too because the boots really nice and I always wanted a dress boots. So she bought the boots zip right up, of course, because her legs are slender. When I tried on the boots now, it fit the size of my feet at the time. And but to zip up, it reached halfway, like right under my calves. And I still bought the boots. I was like, I love that boots. I'm still wearing it. I still bought the boots. So we used to work in the same place. I would wear my boots. Both of us were rocking the boots. So then one day, she said, girl, you're wearing your boots. And I showed her the boots can zip up. The boots just, they right on the zipper, they right under my calves. And the boots supposed to reach right up under your knee, right? I'm rocking my boots and, we used to have mad fun. And she treated me nothing but love. Nothing but love. We had some really good times. She would go shopping with me. She would dress me. Sometime I remember one time she said, because I used to only wear like pinstripe pants. I think that was in back then. And probably that the only size that could have fit me, right? Because I think when you're plus size, you're really not comfortable with jeans. But I could speak for myself. I prefer light material clothes when I was, heavy. And so I used to buy pinstripe pants. So one day she's like, you need to come out of this pinstripe pants. So she went with me. We bought some 3/4, dressed me really sexy. She used to be my little fashionista, telling me what to wear. And we would buy same clothes. I would get a bigger size, and she will make sure that I am properly covered and I look good and I felt really comfortable. I really appreciate our friendship. One of the moments for me, one time she came to visit me in Grenada when I came back, and we went to the country. I have a picture because I called her the other day. I said, send that picture for me. I need to talk about that experience we had. We were in the country, that's in St. Andrew. So we walking past a glass door. And I think that was one of the moments for me where I realized how big I have gotten. Walking past the glass door, I look at myself. I was wearing a white shorts and with a 3/4 pants and a baby blue t-shirt. And she was wearing a white shorts and a nice sexy top. So then I'm looking at myself passing through the glass door and I'm like, Jackie, that's how big I am? And she's like, yeah, you're big. Your Vinci accent. Yeah, girl, that's you. And I'm like, I couldn't believe that was me. Because I think I used to avoid mirrors. Probably it was something I've done, not conscious. I don't know. And so seeing myself in that mirror, that was a moment for me where I could not believe how big I have gotten. So then I will continue to look at myself in the mirror, hoping that I will appear smaller. That is how delusional I was back then. I could not, believe how big I have gotten. I have that picture. She sent that picture for me. So sometimes, folks wouldn't understand what we go through, right? They wouldn't understand, especially the skinny girls that telling us we need to lose weight. They wouldn't understand. That is why I continue to tell my girls here, do you take your time. Yes, I want you to succeed on your weight loss journey. I want you to win. I want you to get healthy. I want you to live your best, beautiful life. Take your time. We're in a new month. If you fell off or you have not started in the month of January, listen, it's not too late. I am here. I am here to support you. And you just get right back on track, or start today. Start today. Take it day by day. Rome wasn't built in a day. That's my motto. But a lot of the skinny people, they wouldn't understand what goes on in our head, They wouldn't understand emotional eating. They wouldn't understand the things that we deal with. They look at you and they think, oh, she's big because she's greedy. Sometimes you really don't see yourself. You really, you're carrying the weight, but it doesn't feel heavy to you. You feel normal. Because that's how I felt. As I said, in one of the videos, when my steering wheel felt close, I just adjusted. I just keep adjusting it until I just couldn't adjust it anymore. And still, that was not a wake-up call for me. That was not the moment for me. I spoke about what was the moment for me. And this little episode with my friend, that was one of the moment for me, because it was in Grenada. And I actually had an image what I look like when I stared at myself in that glass door/window. So yeah, walk a mile in our shoes and you'll understand what we feel. We're not greedy, we're not just lazy. Sometimes we deal with a lot of things. People dealing with childhood trauma. We grow up as children where our parents, grandparents love seeing us eat, especially us Black people. We grew up about food is like a treat to us. Food makes us happy. Everything was surrounded with food. I try my best right now to grow my last daughter and my grandchildren different, because we were told to finish everything on our plate, to eat everything before we could go and play, before we could do anything. Finish the food on your plate, you know what I mean? And that was something that is embedded into us. It is our nature to eat, to finish everything on our plate. My little daughter, my toddler, I'm very careful right now with her. She has a big appetite. She's very active. She's not fat. She's thick. But I'm very cautious. And I'm allowing her to be free right now because she's just 3 years old. And sometimes I tell her dad, my husband, stop feeding her like that, because he always feeds her. If he's eating, he puts in her mouth. And I really don't want to prevent her from being a child or enjoying things, but I don't want my child to go through what I've gone through, because I see my gene in her. She will be a tall child, but on both sides of the family, her father's side, my side, everybody is thick, so I'm very cautious about that. And I try to limit her with certain things, but she's an active child. And again, I don't want her to be deprived because of my faith. Even my big daughter, she is skinny. She was a skinny girl and she was trying hard to get fat. She was eating everything, trying to use certain things to open her appetite and so on, to gain weight. And now I'm watching her gain weight and I'm like, child, you need to not go there, because I really don't want them to experience what I have experienced and to go through what I've been through. So this is one of the reasons too that I really want to educate people, share my journey with people, so people can have a better understanding that when you see an obese person, somebody morbidly obese, overweight, try to understand the situation before you judge. Try to get some insight before you open your mouth and call them names, to make fun of them, to laugh at them, at them. You get some understanding, get some clarity as to what that person is dealing with. Ask questions, have a conversation. How you doing? Be friendly about it. And then you can encourage them, be gentle, because I would not walk up to somebody and say, oh, you need to lose weight. I would not do that. I would probably start a conversation, start chatting, and so on. Probably I talk about my weight loss, and then they may open up to me and share certain things, and I would still be careful how I approach the situation. But some people could be so insensitive, they could be so heartless, they could be so cruel, and towards plus size people. In school I experienced bullying, and that's a whole other conversation, because I remember when I was in school, one of the reasons that I lost weight back then in the worst way possible, because of being bullied in school, being called names in school for being plus size. I stopped drinking water. I was sipping on water. I was just sipping and taking a little thing just to keep me hydrated. Just a little bit. I wasn't properly hydrated. And then I was eating things like cucumbers, saltfish, and 1 grain of green bananas, 4 cricks for breakfast with some sardine, and things like that. I lost 60 pounds in 3 months. I was trying to lose that weight because school was on holiday. So I was trying to lose that weight. So when I go back to school, I could be small to fit in with the other kids. I never took part in physical education. Physical education is playing sports and whatnot. Every time that is games time, I either not go to school or I write a letter and I had my guardian sign it for me to bring to the teacher that I cannot play games. And I had no health condition that was preventing me from playing games. Physical education, games is what we call it. But I could not put myself through this bullying, through the name callings, through the laughing, for children to laugh at me, because I saw they did it to other kids. So when I saw that, I'm like, no way I'm putting myself through that humiliation. I am not going through that. I am not allowing them to humiliate me, so I prefer not playing games. I have a teacher, and I think she understood, Miss Debbie Britton. That's my girl. I think she probably knew, because at a point she didn't used to bother with me towards asking for an excuse or anything. I think she probably figured out what was going on. When I lost weight that time to go back to school, I was slim, and my school skirt was, I can never forget that. My waist was about 24. I went down to 145 pounds. 145 pounds, somewhere around there. So I think I was a little bit over 200, or I can't remember the figure. One time I said 224 or 204 or something to that. But then I lost 60 pounds. So I was slim. My waist was like 22. And the girl was looking good. I was in this small school skirt and everything. One time, when it happened for me, my girlfriend and I, we grew up childhood friend. Her name is Lila. Lila and I went for a walk. We used to always go for our evening walk and so on. And then while we walking, I start feeling rather thirsty. So if you know Grenada, we have a lot of standpipes around the place. So every standpipe that I reach, I started to drink water. And probably when I reached to the 4th standpipe, Lila is like, how are you drinking water so? And I'm like, I don't know, I'm just thirsty. Then in that moment, Lila, I'm like, you're getting fat. Lila dramatic like that. And Lila's like, so now you're gaining back the weight, man, because you leave home slim, but look at your belly and everything really big. And we were walking to Springs where my adopted brother lived. And time we reached there, I was like huffing and puffing, because it's like I left home, breathing normal and everything, but then I keep drinking the water. So when I reached to my destination now, I look swollen. This is serious. I was swollen, and then Lila was telling my sister-in-law, she passed on now, may her soul rest in peace. She was like, Yvonne, sorry, I leave home. small. Look at Sarana now, and Yvonne looking at me is like wondering what happened, because I was at Yvonne house when I lost the weight. I normally go down to stay with the kids, and at that point I was eating, and then so when I came back home now, that's when I was slim. So everybody home, it was new for them to see me. But Yvonne knew me when I lost the weight, because she went on vacation and I was there at her house with the kids. So then now she's seeing that, yeah, she put on weight, and she put on that weight so fast, you know. And the next day I continued to get big. So we went to the doctor. It was Dr. Tam Tam at the time in the health center. The health center was over by where we call the Esplanade Mall now. They had a health center there. So we went there, and Dr. Tam Tam, he weighed me. So from 145, I was 184. He admitted me to the hospital right away, General Hospital. I cried, I cussed Lila because she laughing at me because I scared of hospital. So I had to go to the hospital. So I went to the hospital, stick a pin. I'm coming back. I need to check the oven. I had to check my food. So it was going, my fish would have burned. Anyway, so Dr. Tam Tam admitted me to the General Hospital. I went there immediately. They put me on Lasix. That's a water pill. I remember it clearly. I was 16 years at the time. So they put me on water pill. I went down probably about 5 pounds. And every day I want to take this water pill, because it's like I am 180 something. So then I stayed in hospital. Went back home. I was not happy. I was depressed because I was like about 179, 80. Every morning I would go down to the health center. We on the cliff that we are from, Manjelou. So I would go down to the cliff where the health center is, our health station, medical station, sorry. And I will take my weight on the scale. I was obsessed like that. And somebody in the neighborhood say, you know, everybody felt it was weird, but I did not tell people that I stopped drinking water. They thought it was spiritual. They thought it was all kind of thing. People saying you need to go overseas to check a doctor. So this gentleman in the neighborhood, Mr. Brathwaite, he's a family member of ours. He died now. He's to work in Grand Lake. So he purchased a ticket because he was rather concerned. He was our neighbor. He purchased a ticket for me to go to Trinidad for my mother to bring me to the doctor. I went down to Trinidad. My mother bring me to the doctor. I still didn't tell her that I wasn't drinking water. But I did tell the doctor, because he asked me. The doctor, like the Trinidad doctor, they were so smart. It's like instantly he felt something. So he didn't talk to me in front of my mother, because I felt he realized that I had something to say. So he did not really want me to feel uncomfortable. So then he asked her, he talked to me for a while, and then I told him the truth. And then I let him know how I felt and what I was dealing with, and I stopped drinking water because I wanted to lose the weight. And at that point he told me that's not a healthy way to lose weight. He said cutting back, and he gave me some good advice. And yeah, listen, my mother didn't know that. Even after the conversation with the doctor, I didn't tell her. When I came back up, I just could not go back to school. I could not have gone back to school because I was fat again, and I just could not have dealt with that. So that was it for school. I did later on continue my education and educated myself, but that was the end of my secondary school journey. And you know, I could go more into depths, but it's going to be really long. So I was 16 years old, and I high school Form 3, and I did not go further. I never shared that with anyone else, but that was my story. That was the reason, because I could not mentally go through that again, dealing with the kids, dealing with the being fat again is just like, mentally I couldn't do it. And I told my adopted mom at the time, may her soul rest in peace, because she understood what I was going through. She never made me feel bad about it. You know, she supported whatever the decision that I made for myself, and that was one of them. So a lot of people see people, they don't know what people dealing with. They don't know the reason for things in people's life, but they judge. So from one person who was morbidly obese, I cannot judge someone else. Can only encourage you to become a healthier version of you, lose the weight, and I'm here to help you. I'm here to encourage you. I'm here to motivate you. If you fall off today, just get back on tomorrow. Even though you can't get back on tomorrow, a few days, give yourself a little time and then start again. But don't quit. Don't give up. I got you. I've been where you are, and I know what it feels like. I understand. So friends, I gotta check my food. I'm gonna put some shots of the food, what I prepared, and for you guys to see. So thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a comment in the comment section. And thanks for rocking with me. I really appreciate it. I love you all. Peace out.